Welcome all of you. This is a four-part, or it took me 4 times going to court to get this stop sign ticket dismissed. We cut the tape down to about 8 minutes of audio, and it was like double that. And the reason was the commissioner kept describing her understanding of what the verified complaint was, and she did it more than once, and it was quite lengthy. I didn't think you needed to hear it all. We also had filed a few other papers, discovery request for the district attorney, which they never responded to, and a request for a court reporter or an audio recording of it for records for an appeal. And of course, I didn't get those and I let those go because I know I had them on the verified complaint. But if you want to hear the entire 4 audios, you can go to each one of, you can go to our blog at blog.californiaticketbusters.com, and all 4 of them are there. I hope you enjoyed this. Hi, this is another case study for a stop sign ticket in Sonoma County, and just testing all of our legal options to show you step by step how they work. It took me 4 court appearances. Enjoy. When I first requested the verified complaint, the commissioner gave me her understanding or what they like to tell the people. I don't know if they're doing that for the people or if they just don't understand their own codes, but it's enlightening to hear. And she gave the DA 10 days to respond. I came back a month later.
I'd like to object to the notice to appear and request additional time to plea, and I'd request a verified complaint.
Okay. You're actually supposed to file pleadings with me, but what I'm going to do is accept an oral motion for a verified complaint. Here's the deal with a verified complaint, only because we've been through a lot of this, and I just want to give you a heads up. The officer's ticket actually is the complaint, okay? And legally it is. We've done all the legal research. I'm sick of it, but yes, there it is. Where has the problem been that people have asked for a verified complaint? Well, for a while back, officers signed their name, and many of the public felt like, you can't read that, officer's trying to hide their identity, you can't even read who it is if you had a bad time with them. So all the agencies said, officers, we want you to print your name so people can read it. However, because that complaint has a printed name on it rather than the normal signature a person would use in the normal course of their life, if there's a printed name on there, you have a right to ask for the verified complaint. With the verified complaint, the process is this. The DA has, you haven't actually formally filed a motion, although I'll give you a break and take it as an oral motion. So we're going to notify the DA that you want, that you're requesting a verified complaint. I don't know, and they have 10 days to respond. And then I have you come back and see me. If you don't want to enter a plea today, we'll decline to enter a plea and just put it on for further proceedings. So you're in good shape there.
Yes.
Okay, so if you come in on the 17th, we'll know what to do. We either go into trial or we're not, and I'll work on the trial date with you to fit the time frame if that's what we do. If it gets dismissed, then I suppose you're a happy dog.
Okay.
Okay, so would you waive time at this point simply for the DA to respond? And when you come back, if you pull your time waiver, then I've got to give you a trial within 30 days.
I don't want to waive time.
Well, you're actually not entering a plea. Let's just see where my time frame is. You're not waiving time, but you haven't entered a plea. If you're not waiving time, you ought to have a not guilty plea here, and then I'd set you. But I'll just look at the time waiver from this date forward. Okay, we'll put you on for entry of plea, and I'll see you on the 17th.
On my second court appearance, I showed up and I was handed a verified complaint. It shocked me, but I heard from other people that I had gotten off, my other students, that they were getting something called a verified complaint. And I looked at theirs, and it's signed by a DA and signed by a clerk of the court, but not signed by a magistrate or endorsed that a probable cause hearing was held. So I prepared a demur, which is, a demur is an answer, it's a legal objection to the sufficiency of what they're giving us, and she gave the DA 10 days to respond to that. Listen to our banter about the my understanding of the verified complaint, how it appears to be a fraud upon the court, and all the banter back and forth. It's quite enlightening.
If you don't want to do that, we'll set it for trial. It's really your call at this point.
Commissioner, I'm actually requesting a dismissal because this is not a verified complaint. It's not been signed or endorsed by a magistrate.
That you called it correctly, I want a verified complaint. The DA may come down and make the verified complaint, has to swear in front of a court officer, who, by the way, our clerks are sworn court officers, that in fact this is true and correct, and they consulted with the officer. So this does meet the requirements. So what I would do is this. Let me give you two paths on it. I'll deny your motion. You can certainly appeal my denial, but do it in the next 30 days. Now, I have to pretend like no appeal is happening because I have no idea what you'll do. You just
So I'd like to demur it.
Okay, well, hand in what you have. Okay. No, just like this, the DA, gets 10 days to respond. They're not required to have a presence down here, and they don't,
Well, actually, Penal Code 1001 to 1006 said I'm supposed to serve it over the bench and it's supposed to be heard immediately.
No, you can appeal that one too.
Okay, that's what your penal code says.
No, sir, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. Number one, have you served this on the district attorney?
It says per Penal Code 1001 to 1004 to be served over the bench at the time of arraignment.
Well, then we're going to have, how would the DA know to respond to this?
Just like how he would know that this is a fraud upon the court and it's actually not a true verified complaint.
Well, just as, that's fine, sir, but you could appeal my ruling, but what I'm going to do is give the DA 10 days, give you a date to be back. You can appeal this if you wish, premised upon what you have. Well, you're prepared. Let us take your copy and endorse it. So yours is endorsed, that one is, so you'll serve the DA. You may be right, but we have to still go through the procedure, and I want to give you an endorsed copy. Don't not serve them.
Well, it's my understanding, based on those penal codes that I cited in here, that it says it's to be served over the bench at the time of arraignment.
Okay, and how would the DA be served in here?
I don't write the penal code. I'm just delivering
sir,
what it says in the penal code.
People have misquoted the penal code. I would, as a matter of caution on your part, and what I'm saying is you're not giving up anything by doing this, but if I'm right, you really should have the DA served. If I'm wrong, you're going to appeal me and I'll be shown wrong anyway. So to preserve your position, you're not saying I agree with the court, because I clear you're not, which is okay, but I would serve them and I'll give you an endorsed copy now.